Hello, everybody. I know, double stream. I know. Put the one earlier was too short. I'm also happy and sad. Eagles are going to Super Bowl, but the Bills are not. So I'm sad. Let's just get right in, shall we? Though I wake up early the following morning, I still feel refreshed. Though I wake up early in the following morning, I still feel refreshed. I'm roaring with energy, and I'm ready to support Ichigo, Ku, and Miyuki whenever I can. However I can. We have breakfast together as we did the day prior. Then we have to head to the stadium so Sweet Shoreline can get some practice in. For the next 3 days, we fall into a routine. We wake up early, head to the stadium to practice. During our downtime, I show Ku and Miyuki around Tokyo. Ichigo spends most of her time in the stadium, talking to the other idols. She's gotten pretty friendly with some of the girls from Blueberries, or so she says, and she seems to enjoy talking to them. Our days are hectic, but I think we're all having fun. Soon, before I know it, the Rising Stars Cup is upon us. The competition will take place tomorrow evening. This is Sweet Shoreline's final night to kick back and relax in a hotel. The four of us spend the night in the 3-person hotel room that was set aside for the Sweet Shoreline girls. We order pizza again, as we did a few nights prior, and we tear into it while taking sips of carbonated drinks. Soda. I'm having soda right now, Dr. Pepper. This might have been the best thing for Ichigo, Ku, and Miyuki to eat before the competition. But I think it'll be good for them to consume some carbs. At the very least, Ichigo seems to be enjoying herself a lot. And that little cute pizza thing. This pizza is so good, I'd live off of it if I could. If you lived off of it, you would almost definitely gain weight. Nah, it'll be fine. I don't seem to gain weight when I eat somehow. All my extra pounds go straight to my chest. Is that so? Miyuki's eyes Ichigo's bosoms enviously. That must be nice. I wish I could be so lucky. It's alright, Miyuki. I will still love you, no matter how much you weigh. You could be 200 or even 300 pounds, but you would remain my adorable Miyuki. Right. She loves that shit. And it's your favorite style, too. Some people like squishy kitties, after all. Their bulk only makes them that much nicer to cuddle. I know you're trying to comfort me. This isn't doing much for my self-esteem. Maybe we should drop the subject. We should probably lay off the pizza too. Huh? But why? It's so good. It might taste good, but it's not healthy. Haven't you had 5 slices already? Goddamn. Ichigo finishes up yet another slice, then presses her greasy index finger together coyly. Guilty as charged. Really? Ku quirks an eyebrow. I was keeping count, and I thought you had eaten more than that. Was that not, in fact, your 7th slice? Oh my god. Is it 7? Miyuki stares at Ichigo, aghast. How have you eaten so much so quickly? Yeah. I've only had 2 slices, and I'm already getting full. Well, 7 is my lucky number and all. Hee hee. And you think that makes your excess any better, do you? You're hopeless. Sorry, Miyu. It tastes so good, I couldn't help myself. Really, though? Ichigo glances at Ku. It seems like I can't get anything past you, Ku. Naturally. Ku nods. The spirits tell me that occurs no secret. The spirits tell me all that occurs. No secrets can be hidden from my eye. Now you're starting to sound like Hasaki. That strange girl who talks about the Dark Lord, whoever that is, all the time. Miyuki pulls a face. I could not believe she was invited to the competition, too. I was so very surprised when I ran into her the other day. Joined the club. I doubt Miyuki was half as surprised as I was, given the exact nature of our encounter. I still have the image of Hasaki's exposed body seared into my retinas. I haven't told Ichigo, Ku, and Miyuki about that, naturally. They'd ask too many awkward questions. None of them should know about it, or about Hasaki and Rina's ill-fated attempts to seduce me, but Hasaki is quite a nuisance, I agree, but you seem not to have minded her company all that much. Huh? I look at Ku blankly. What are you talking about? The curious bruise on your neck? You let Hasaki do that, didn't you? What? My eyes widen as my mouth hangs open aghast. If I had any working brain cells, I wouldn't make my shock so obvious. I try to play it off coolly, with a subtle excuse like, oh, this? It's just a mosquito bite. Evidently, alas, I don't have any working brain cells, not even a couple. I'm so stunned I can't help but blurt it out. How did you know about that? The spirits told me. The spirits? Is Ku being real right now? I've never put much stock in her talk about the spirits, but her intuition is insanely uncanny. There's no way she would be able to deduce what caused the bruise on my neck unless she or somebody else was eavesdropping on me. Where the spirits, whatever they are really watching as Sasaki pressed her mouth to my neck? The thought is disconcerting. Yes, the spirits, they confirmed my suspicions. Though, said suspicions were first aroused by the grumpy looks Sasaki had been directing at you throughout the last few days. I thought her attitude coupled with the strange bruises on your neck to be very suspicious. Ah, I see. Now I understand how Ku was able to join the dots. She must have figured it out on her own, through circumstantial evidence. The bruise on my neck must have been the biggest tip-off. I feel relieved that Ku's spirit friends have not, in fact, been following me. Huh? Is Ku for real? Did Sasaki really make that mark on your neck? How could you, Naoya? I thought you were really our ally. For all this time, you've been fraternizing with the enemy? My relief, however, is short-lived. Ichigo and Miyuki are glowering at me, with twin expressions of discontent that make my blood run cold. No, wait! Nothing happened! Hasaki tried to proposition me, but I refused. Don't get that wrong idea. I tried to defend myself from Ichigo and Miyuki's charges, but alas, it's already too late. You can't keep secrets like this from us, Naoya. That's like so unfair. This cannot stand. You deserve to be punished. That's just what I was gonna say. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Mayuyu? I think I just might be, Ichigo. Then let's give him what for. No, please, don't hurt me. Stay back. Stop. No. I screamed, my voice strained with fear, as Ichigo and Miyuki descend upon me. They push me down on the bed, then straddle me with glinting eyes. Don't scream. We wouldn't want to disturb the other guests. No, I don't get no pizza. Just lie back and relax. We won't hurt you. Too much. I'm not sure if Ichigo means to make me feel better, but it doesn't work. The look on her face is haunting. I'd like to run away, but it's not possible. I'm utterly trapped. All I can do is lie there, my chest heaving, and accept my miserable fate. Both women reach out, fingers outstretched, and then... No! They instigate an intense, merciless tickle session. Their fingers scribbled beneath my arms and my sides, seeking out all my weak points. Ichigo has known me since I was a kid, so she's able to ferret out all my most ticklish spots with ease. She guides Miyuki's hands, and together, they reduce me to a thrashing, inarticulate mess. No! Please stop! I can't... crap! I can't take this any longer. Right. I can't breathe. Suffer me with a pillow. Ku, help me, please. Ku, if you don't, I'll die. I'll really seriously die. I can only take so much of this. This is too intense. Knock, knock, knock. Ichigo and Miyuki's ministrations are thankfully brought to a close by a rapping of knuckles upon the door, coupled with an angry woman's voice. What in the world are you doing in here? Some of us are trying to sleep. We have to be up early come tomorrow morning. This ruckus is doing little to help. Oh my. Miyuki springs away from me, abashed, and claps her hands to her chest. But my apologies. I didn't mean to cause a disturbance. You may not have meant it, but you caused a disturbance nonetheless. You are so thoughtless. I apologize, really. Miyuki bows her head deeply. Not to the one behind the door, you can see it. The door is still closed after all. I think I know who our unexpected guesses, however, despite that, their voice constricted by rage through it is awfully familiar. I've heard those cadences before. I rise from the bed on uneasy legs, then stagger to the door. Then I wrench it open and stand back to reveal none other than Mr. Yokoyama? I didn't expect to see you. I didn't expect to see you here either, but I'm not overly surprised. Hey again, Rina. I give the stammering Rina a casual wave, then glance behind her. And hey there, Hasaki. We were just talking about you. Hasaki peers at me, her red eyes narrowed. I knew as soon as I clapped eyes on Rina that Hasaki would be somewhere in the immediate vicinity. Wherever Rina goes, Hasaki follows. She's like a loyal dog in that regard, though she calls herself the Dark One. Privately, I think Hasaki's about as dark as fluorescent light bulb, though the bruise she left on my neck is still visible. I guess she's not all bark and no bite after all. Was thou truly speaking of this Dark One? Yeah, we were. Ichigo and Ryuki were very intrigued by the bruise on my neck. Would you care to come in and explain how I sustained an injury? I'm sure they'll be very interested to know how attached you are to me. Hasaki turns her nose up in the air. I have no real attachment towards thee. This Dark One only did what Rina instructed. Those kisses were nothing more than an attempt to drain thy energy. And I'm so doing blind thy will to mine. I didst not enjoy it, not one little bit. You say that, but you're blushing. I think you got more out of the experience than I did. How dare you? Yes, they meant nothing. Hasaki takes a step back, her face contorted with anger. This Dark One really does not care for you. I wouldst not blink if thou were to be vaporized in front of mine eyes. In fact, when the opportunity strikes, I shall vaporize you on my own. The power of the Dark One, the power of the Dark Lord bestowed upon me are greater than they could ever comprehend. Prepare thyself. Kuhahaha. Now, who's disturbing the guests? I raise an eyebrow. And you said something like the last time we spoke, you said you'd get your revenge on me for rejecting you in Sweet Shoreline 2? I haven't heard a peep from you since then, though. Don't tell me you got cold feet. Hardly. Rina snorts. I merely decided it was not worth the effort. I have not the breath to spare upon lesser life form than yourself. Right. I'm glad we got that cleared up. There, you see? I glance over my shoulder at Ichigo-kun and Miyuki. I most definitely did not want Hasaki biting my neck. She did that on her own, at Rina's behest, because I wouldn't betray you. I was trying to help you. I'm not your enemy. Oh, is that so? Miyuki frowned. She looked perplexed. I didn't realize that. I only saw how you reacted when Kun mentioned the bruises upon your neck, and I assumed, but that was silly of me. I should have listened to you. I apologize, Naoya, for doubting you. I should have had more faith in you, as you have always had faith in us. Same here, I guess. I'm sorry about making such a mess, Naoya. I should have figured you wouldn't betray us. You're not that kind of guy. I just got so jealous for a sec there. I kind of sort of lost it, but Ichigo claps her hands together. That's in the past. Now that's been cleared up, why don't you two come inside? Who, us? Rina looks at Ichigo dubiously. Do you truly wish to spend time with us after all Hasaki and I have done to destroy your chances? You should by all rights despise us. We have never had any desire to become your friends. I get that, yeah. I'm not happy about how underhanded you've been, but I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. I don't like holding grudges. Maybe you were trying to manipulate Naoya, but you didn't succeed. Your plan was like a total failure. Hasaki grits her teeth together. Do not remind the Dark One of her past failures, or I shall have no choice but to curse thee. Oh, how scary. Ichigo giggles. Contrary to her words, she doesn't look scared at all. She must have accustomed to curse-related weirdness, having spent so much time with Ku. I don't want us to remain enemies, though. That'd be, too sad. We might have gotten off on the wrong foot, but there's still time to turn things around. Why don't we talk stuff out? It would be a good way to take our minds off tomorrow's contest, and I want to hear more about you. What do the rest of you think? That's fine by me. The cards did say our journey would be one of shifting fortunes. Forming unlikely alliances is not impossible. And if they do try to betray us, I will be ready. Koo cracks her knuckles together. Yo, Koo about to fuck shit up. I will not go down without a fight. You needn't look at us like that. I have no interest in causing you girls physical harm. No matter how much you might annoy me, I am not a brute. Rena is a fair lady who does not sully her hands, does not cast aspirations upon her good character. What about you? I thought you were the Dark One, not a lady. I indeed am the Dark One. Blessed by the Dark Lord, I am too sinister a figure to be a fair lady, as the lovely Rena is. Right. But not even I would be unhanded enough to rain bloodshed and anguish upon a group of unsuspecting innocents such as thyselves. It wouldn't be a waste of mine energy, not to mention underhanded, and the cleaning bill from a hotel fancy would not come cheap. I'm glad to hear it. Ichigo beams. Let's all have a girly chat, then it's never too late to bury the hatchet. I'm not so sure about that. These girls have done nothing but cause us problems. I'm not sure if we should trust them. Oh, come on, Mayuyu, lighten up. There's 4 of us, and only 2 of them. Besides, I don't think they want to hurt us. They're idols, too. They sing and dance to make people smile, just like we do. I don't think there's any idol out there who isn't good pure at heart. I wonder about that. I was under the impression Saki and Rina became idols so they could luxuriate in the praise and admiration of others. I decided to keep my misgivings to myself, however. I don't want to ruin this tentative peace treaty Ichigo is trying to hammer out. It might prove beneficial if Honey, Devil, and Sweet Shoreline can kiss and make up, though not really, or not likely. It would certainly take some stress off my shoulders. I suppose you may have a point. Miyuki concedes after a pause. I do not want to be judgmental. I truly believe that everybody has the ability to change. I am willing to try and put the past behind us. Miyuki glances at Saki and Rina. Given that you want to, of course. How foolish. I have no desire to become friends with you girls. As I said, you are nothing but amateurs who scraped your way into the competition through sheer luck. Spending any measure of time with you would only damage our performance. That is what I thought, at least, but I suppose you must be doing something right to have accumulated so many fans. You are not completely devoted of promise, I suppose. I can respect you, albeit begrudgingly. Maybe it would not be so very bad to spend some time in your presence. It would be rude to turn down your invitation. I do not wish to cause any of you undue upset. That would not be ladylike. Do not think my acquaintances means anything, though. I have no real desire to get to know you. We are most definitely not equals. Please, keep that in mind. Yay, I'm so happy. Ichigo beams as though she didn't hear Rina's warning. Was she even paying attention? You might act all haughty, but you're kind of cute deep down, aren't you, Rina? But of course, my Rina is the most adorable girl in the world. I can say that with certainty, using the gifts bestowed upon me by the Dark Lord. Rina pouts. You can only try flattering me as much as you'd like, but it won't change my opinion of you. I still do not care for you. I'm only designing to spend time with you out of pity. You might not like me, but I think I could grow to like you, hee hee. Now, why don't we order some more pizza? I don't want you going hungry, Hisaki, Rina. We could play some board games too while we're waiting, or maybe cards. We should all play a few games. This is going to be a blast for sure. Half an hour later. Whoa. Hubba hubba. Yeah. Now how in the world did this happen? This is humiliating. I can't believe you would have me wear an outfit like this. Have you no shame? Huh? Don't you like it? Ichigo pouts. I don't know why you're acting so huffy, Rina. It's cute. Cute? Rina glances down at herself, arms folded beneath her chest. She's wearing a navy blue swimsuit, the traditional kind that girls back in my high school wore whenever they went to the pool. Not that I peeked at them or anything. I know some guys are really into these swimsuits, but I don't understand the appeal. They were built to be functional rather than to show off skin. They're not as revealing as, say, a bikini would be. That's how these swimsuits usually are, at least. I am not so sure about that. This piece of clothing, if it can be called as such, is so tight. Is it not showing off a bit too much flesh? I think I'm starting to see their appeal now, though. This school swimsuit, which I believe belongs to Ku, is too small to fully contain Rina's curves. The lower half of the swimsuit is riding up, revealing an ample amount of Rina's thighs, and the upper part is strained to conceal her chest. The whole sight is pretty erotic, and Rina's blushing face only adds to it. She looks good. It's hard for me to tear my eyes away from her. Rina might cause my many headaches in the past, but I wouldn't overlook them all for the sake of skiing. My boy. Sigh. Sometimes I worry about my moral compass. Is it that easy to manipulate? As for why Rina is wearing such an outlandish outfit, well, it's supposed to be embarrassing. That is the point. It's a punishment, after all. If you did not want to be humiliated, you should have worked harder to win when we were playing Old Maid. Well, why you? Rina glowers at Ku, her eyes beating with angry tears. I swear, I only lost because you cheated. You did something to the cards, I just know it. You would accuse me of cheating? That's quite a bold claim. Do you have any proof to back it up? Of course I have proof. You always seem to know what card to pick. I don't think you misplayed once. You discarded all your cards in less than 10 turns. You didn't make a single slip-up. You must have restored it to foul play. This is the only explanation for your prowess. I see. So you would turn against me out of envy. This is awfully small-minded of you. I'm not at all envious. Why would I envy a weird girl like you? I am not the one who failed during our game of Old Maid. Quite spectacularly, might I add. I am not the one wearing a school swimsuit. These are the ample reasons to be jealous of me, I fear. Ku smiles thinly. You are not accustomed to losing, are you, Rina? Well, why does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? Humans are in general bad at things they have little experience with, such as, in your case, accepting defeat. I do not begrudge you for your petty anger, but you should not levy any further complaints against me, not if you know what is good for you. I defeated you fair and square. I have always been good at cards, you see. Is that really true? You didn't see anything wrong, did you, Hisaki? Well, Hisaki glances away, her expression awkward, and scratches her cheek with her index finger. This Dark One enchanted eye did not detect anything amiss with the cards during our game of Old Maid. Everything seemed normal to me, though this Dark One cannot discount the possibility of maybe missing something. I am not infallible. I see. Rina's shoulders slump in defeat. So, she really did beat me fair and square. That is how it always is with Ku. I've known her a long time and she is very good at card games. I've never once beaten her. Not in all our years of friendship. I was simply born under a lucky star. I am naturally fortunate when it comes to such games. Now, why don't we play another round? I am just getting started. This night is still young, and there's many more punishments I have in mind. I brought an array of interesting costumes with me for the purpose. Hisaki's body tenses. This Dark One can sense immense power radiating from thee. He must be a demon on par with the Dark Lord. I had no idea this was so powerful. One does not like to boast. Ku smiles thinly. But when it comes to card games, I am truly unstoppable. It does not matter whether we play Old Maid, Go Fish, or even Blackjack. My intuition is unparalleled. Oh yes? Well, we'll just see about that. You may have bested me once, Miss Yamashori, but I shall not let it be the architect of my defeat for a second time. I shall meet your challenge, and soon I shall make you eat those words. By the end of our game, it shall be you in the swimsuit, not I. Ooh, are we gonna have another game? This sounds like fun. I'm in. Then the Dark One shall also participate. Rena and I are a unit. We must fight together. I am not at all afraid of you, Ku, if indeed that is your real name. It's Kuna, actually. Well, whatever. The power that the Dark Lord bestowed upon me runs thick through my veins. Mine enchanted eye is beginning to burn. Get ready to prostrate yourself before me and beg for forgiveness. If you're all playing, I suppose I can join in for another round. Just go easy on me, alright? I don't want to wear a skimpy swimsuit. I guess I'm in it as well. Someone needs to keep an eye on things. Then let us begin. What do you say to a game of blackjack? It will be entirely above board, of course. I will not use any tricks. I have no need for them. None of you could ever hope to defeat me anyway. Several hours later. Oh, dude, I love blackjack. Those girls sure know how to cut loose. I'm exhausted. I return to my hotel room, thoroughly worn, and flop onto my bed with a dull thump. I stayed in the girls' room for a long while, playing card games with both Sweet Shoreline and Honey Devil. I feel like I've gotten to know Hasaki and Rena a little better, beyond their aloof exteriors. Deep down, they mightn't be such bad girls after all. When they're not trying to aggressively flirt with me, they can be surprisingly enjoyable company. And the array of interesting outfits Ku put them in during the night didn't hurt. Right, now I'm curious. I'm assuming Ku. Rena lost the majority of the... Oh, here we go. Rena lost the majority of the card games we played. And so we subjected to the harshest of punishments. I've seen her clad in all sorts of interesting costumes now. It was quite the fulfilling experience. The night's reveals have, however, taken a toll. My stamina's been seriously depleted. I glance at the clock on my bedside table. The digital display reads 0:48. It's no wonder I feel so tired. I knew it was late, but I had no idea the hour was quite this advanced. It's past midnight. I guess time really does fly when you're enjoying yourself. I should probably change into my pajamas, then slide beneath my covers to sleep. The Rising Stars Cup is tomorrow, and I'll need all the rest I can get. It'll be a painfully busy day for myself and Sweet Shoreline. While this would be the logical course of action, however, my brain doesn't want to submit to it. Not that easily. I think I need to unwind before hitting the hay. Otherwise, I'll not get any rest at all. Jeez. I sigh, then rise from my bed. Yawning, I press a hand to my mouth and glance around the room. I think if I really wanted to relax, I should head to the open-air baths outside. I've only been in once, and that was when Hasaki walked in on me. I didn't get the chance to properly enjoy myself. Since I won't be staying at this hotel much longer, I should make the most of it. The more I think about it, the more enamored with my plan I become. I can't not have a dip now. I collect my pajamas and a few toiletries in my arms, then leave my room. I pad down the hallway quietly, not wanting to wake anybody, and head down to the baths. The baths are open around the clock, to my relief, but there isn't anybody in the changing room. I'm cautiously optimistic that I might have the whole bath to myself. That really would be luxurious. I strip off, place my clothes inside a locker, then pad out, barefoot, to the baths. The cool night air rushes to meet me when I step outside. My skin tingles and the fine hairs on my nape stand up on end. The sky overhead. Let me try that again. The sky overhead is pitch dark, scattered with stars, and the moon is round and full as an orb. Sulfuric steam rises from the baths, which envelopes my body like a shroud. It feels like I'm being caressed. I let the steam lead me to the edge of the baths. As though hypnotized, I dip one foot into water and shiver, savoring its warmth. When, my, I did not think I would see anybody else out here, it being so very late. And I most certainly did not bank upon said bath partner being a man. This is quite the surprise, though, not an unwelcome one. Ah! I recoil, alarmed, my bare soul slipping on the damp rocks which ring the man-made baths. I'm so shocked I almost lost my footing, but I'm able to regain my equilibrium just in time. I'm relieved I didn't collapse, but said relief is short-lived. I assumed I would be the only person in the baths. Who else is out there? I edge towards the baths once more, now shy and self-conscious, and peer through the steam. My eyes meet a pair of green irises which seem to shimmer in the gloom. These eyes are set in a sweet, heart-shaped face, which belong to nobody other than Shirori? Yes, indeed it is me. Shirori giggles, her chest rising and falling beneath the warm water. I could tell Shirori had a large chest simply to look at. Shirori had a large chest simply to look at her, but I never realized quite how gifted she is until now. Her chest is seriously huge. It's no wonder she can perform so many complicated dance routines with such a bountiful bosom. Her smooth peachy skin looks soft and supple to the touch. I can't tear my eyes away from her. I feel pretty. I'll say worked up. Look at my mouse is out of the way. I'm sharp and ready to compute that I'm sitting in the bath with Hashizora Shirori, of all people. Is this my lucky day? Night, rather? Or what? She's so beautiful, I can hardly believe she's really real. This is amazing. Is that you, Yakayama Naoya? Yes. I murmur, all the while trying and failing to tear my eyes from Shirori's body. If she is a dream, or hallucination, or whatever, she's an awfully convincing one. I'm terribly sorry for intruding. I meant to have a bath, but, I clear my throat, then awkwardly scratch my cheek with my finger. I suppose I must have made a mistake. Yes, I suppose you did. Shirori smiles gently. She, for her part, doesn't look at all embarrassed at me seeing her in so vulnerable state. She seems utterly calm, in fact. She's still reclining in the bath, and she's not trying to move away. She isn't even trying to cover her assets. Does she not care at all about me, about my roving eyes? I had no idea Shirori was so brazen. This is the woman's baths, in case you couldn't tell. If you could not tell, you must have misread the sign outside. Not that I blame you. It is rather late. You must be tired, you poor dear. Now, Shirori pats the damp rock beside her. Would you care to join me? Is that really alright? I fail to see why it wouldn't be. Shirori giggles sweetly. You're already here. You might as well enjoy yourself. It would be a pain to move to the men's bath now, would it not? I guess, but, I swallow, my throat feels dry. It wouldn't be proper. I'm not supposed to be here. Perhaps not, but I don't mind. I have a big heart. Shirori rests one hand upon her equally big chest. And I do not condemn people for simple mistakes. I know you mean no harm. I am fully aware you are a good boy. Based upon our prior conversations, I feel no discomfort at being with you. You would not seek to take advantage of me, would you? Of course not. I'd never do anything like that. That low. There, you see? I knew I could trust you. You really are a sweetheart. Now, come on in. The water is really nice. It should help relax you. Right. If you don't really mind, I guess I'll take you up on that offer. So thank you. I wade into the water, then take a seat beside Shirori, leaving several inches of space between us. I don't want to get too close to her. I'm afraid for all her reassurance, I might make her uncomfortable. I'm still not sure whether this is really happening or not, but it never hurts to mind one's manners. So, I glance at Shirori from the corners of my eyes. She might think I'm a good boy, but it's hard not to stare at her. Her body is incredible. Not just her chest, but her tongue, flat stomach, and her thighs. Her lower half is obscured somewhat by the undulating water, alongside all the steam, but not even that can mask her good looks. It's no wonder, really, she's such a beloved idol. I could easily fall in love with her too. Geez, this so-called relaxing bath of mine is getting a bit too stimulating. I've got to do something to take my mind off Shirori before I get all excited. You said you'd come to this hotel often? Indeed I do. Shirori nods. I stayed here last year too, and the year before that, to oversee the competition. Silver Snow Pro puts me up in the penthouse suite on the top floor. The lodging here are more agreeable. They are very luxurious. The bed in particular is incredibly soft. The highlight of this hotel is, however, these baths. In my opinion, at least, they are most delightful. Yes, just a tad, just a little bit. I can feel all my accumulated stress melting off me whenever I sit here. It is a shame I can only enjoy these baths at night, though. Oh, why is that? I flash Shirori a teasing smile. You're not a vampire, are you? Oh no, perish the thought. I spend most of my time in my suite, you see, for my own safety. I am so very famous I often find myself mobbed when I go outside. It is quite the predicament. Shirori sighs. That is why I can only enjoy these baths when the hour is advanced. It is the only way I can relax. I'm gonna say, mightn't isn't a word. I'm gonna say might not. You might not know this, given my profession, but I do not like to be the center of attention. Okay, man. Oh, I feel you, dude. I'd love to go to one. Growing up, I was awfully shy. I was forced to overcome much of that when I became an idol, but my anxieties still linger. I cannot always trust other people. Shirori smiles at me, her green eyes gentle in the moonlight. But for some reason, I feel like I can trust you. I wonder why. Is it a mystery? Even to me. It is a mystery, even to me. I am very glad we were able to meet one another again, though. Hee hee. Shirori's laughter touches my heart. Sometimes something stirs within me. Sentiment, perhaps, and a warm flush finds its way to my face. I'm nothing that special, really. Maybe not. But if I am, to be perfectly honest, neither am I. But that's not true. I counter quickly turn in to meet her eyes once more. You're incredibly special. You're Japan's most famous idol. That's not the sort of thing that simply happens. Not to people who have no talent. I've never been that invested in idol culture myself, but even I think your singing and dancing are amazing. You have no reason to be so self-effacing, whatever that word is. If you're not special, then nobody is. Naoya. Shirori falls silent after my address. She blinks at me, her wide green eyes shining, then smiles. Thank you. That's a very sweet thing for you to say, but I must stand by my former statements. I am not special, not really. I was not born with talent, though. Some may believe it. I am much the same as everybody else. All I had to work for. And I have never been all that intelligent. I am something of a slow learner. There were many, many bumps on my path to become a Japanese #1 idol. I worked harder than people may think to make up for my critical lack of skill. There were times when it all felt useless. I thought about quitting, but I was always able to pick myself up again. Eventually, my efforts were rewarded. I accomplished my dreams. Sometimes, however, I wonder whether it was worth it. What do you mean? I frowned. You're not tired of being an idol, are you? It has been a while since my first #1, 3 years to be precise. I had to work hard to reach these heights, and then harder still to maintain them. I thought I would be able to relax once I accomplished all this, but I was mistaken. An idol can never take breaks, particularly not when she is perpetuating. Oh my god. I'll get it out. Give me a second. I'm setting it in my head now, I can't get it out. Perpetually in the spotlight as I am. Jesus. Being an idol is a rewarding job, and I do not regret it, but it can be rather stressful. As of late, the pressure of being in the public eye have begun to take their toll. That and the hours of rigorous practice I must do, not to mention all the photo shoots and the talk shows and appearances in TV dramas. It is a lot for one person to bear. I fear I am fast beginning to reach my limits. Look, I said it in my head, but I just couldn't get it out. Give me a second. I gotta take off my jersey. Alright. I'll reach my limits. For a while now, I have thought of retiring. It can be very hard being on my own. Shirori exhales softly. This is a secret, but I feel I can trust you with it. Do you promise not to tell anybody of my plans? I promise, Shirori. You have my word. Thank you. I will hold you to that. Shirori's laughter envelopes me even more snugly than esteem does. I relax into it, the tension sliding from my body. I must have shuffled an inch or two closer to Shirori during our talk because I can feel her arm against my own. Then I shall lay myself bare to you. Shirori glances down at her chest and smiles coyly. More than I already have, I mean. I know I should not be speaking of such matters, but I have been keeping secrets for far too long. I need some kind of outlet. If that's what you want, I would be happy to help. I thought you would say that. You really are a sweet boy. Then, let me see. Shirori exhales and begins to speak anew. The Rising Star Cups has been held every year for the past decade, long before I myself stepped into the spotlight. It is a tradition, and it has no small amount of prestige in the idol industry. Only the best amateur idols are selected to take part in it. I am very honored to be afforded a chance to judge in so esteemed a show. Watching young idols toil, filled with delights of hope, has always warmed my heart. In the past, watching these girls gave me encouragement enough to continue going. I am weary now, however, and I can no longer keep going. I am growing old, and the industry is unforgiving of those beyond the age of 25. I no longer have the stamina to compete with the girls younger than I, and I fear soon I will lose my passion too. Before that happens, I would very much like to find a group of idols to replace me. I wish to pass these girls my crown and support them from afar. I want to give more girls a chance to stand in my spotlight, and I think I have found my successors in your sweet shoreline. I knew there was something special about them the moment I saw them rehearsing, unpolished though they were, and indeed may still be. They are bright like the sun, and so full of hope. They shine more brilliantly than I ever did in my prime, and most importantly of all, they are not alone. I have been solo throughout my career, so have had to endure the full brunt of the public scrutiny on my own. When I felt at my weakest, I had nobody to turn to. There was my producer, of course, but his support, though valuable, was not the same as sharing the burden of stardom with an equal. There are 3 members of Sweet Shoreline, so they should be able to split the burden of being an idol accordingly. Each can cheer the others when they feel at a loss. And they have you, too. Me? I gesture towards myself and Shirori nods. While I am sure the girls of Sweet Shoreline have worked hard to master their singing and their dancing, I believe they can only smile as they do because of you. It is clear they love you a good deal, and that you must love them in turn. I, who have toiled on my own, could not help but I wish I had somebody like you by my side. If I had, perhaps I would not have burned out so quickly, like a shooting star. But, then again, perhaps not. It's hard to say. This may be nothing on my part, but mere fancy, and yet, Shirori and I are already sitting close together, but she takes this opportunity to shift closer still, her chest pressed against my side, and her large wisdom eyes peer into my own. I can't look at her flushed face without feeling my own cheeks heat up in response. My heart is beginning to pound. This situation is amazing, impossible even, but it all feels so very real. When Shirori exhales, I feel her breath against the nape of my neck. It sets my whole body aflame. I'm shivering despite the warmness of the water. I think I know what Shirori is after, even after she opens her mouth. I would like you to feel some of that love too. I would like to feel some of that love too. I know this may be selfish request, Naoya, but please. Shirori's hands find my thighs beneath the water. Her slender fingers envelope my skin. And then she squeezes it. I have been on my own for such a long time. I have many fans, but they do not know the real me. I fear nobody does. I have stood at the apex of the idol industry for years, but that cannot stop her the yearning inside my heart. I yearn to be touched, embraced, and adored. As an idol, I should not ask for such things. But as of tomorrow, I will be an idol no longer. Can you not find it in your heart to give me what I want? Shirori? I swallow, my voice shaking. Shirori's words are sweeter than honey. Her voice is so earnest I find myself unable to pull away. I didn't know how heavy the burden of Shirori's loneliness was. She's been suffering for a long while, but always she hid it behind a smile. As Japan's top idol, she could do little else. She has never before been honest about her feelings, but I think she's being honest now. She has been lonely, is still lonely, and now she is seeking comfort in my arms. Her actions may be prompted by desperation, rather than genuine desire, but I'd feel bad to turn her down. I am already in a relationship, though. I probably shouldn't be sleeping around on the sly. What should I do? Oh my god. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to... Oh my god, bro. I'm gonna give her what she wants. After giving into some thought, I've come to a decision. I just want to make Shirori happy. Oh god, I'm a prick. I'm a prick! This might have been the correct course of action, but... alright then. If that's what you want, I'll do. Oh, Naoya, thank you so much. When I see Shirori smile, all doubt flees from me. How can this be a mistake when she looks so incredibly happy? And that's where we're gonna stop it, bro. We're gonna stop it on me being a cheater. Oh my gosh. Alright, everybody. That's, like I said, that's where we're gonna stop it. And me being a cheater. I think we're at the end here. I really do. So I think tomorrow's stream will be the last one of this game that we're gonna think of something to do. But again, I appreciate everyone for stopping by. I appreciate everyone that will check this out later. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and I appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, I feel like this is the end. The next chapter is the end. So if it is, we'll finish that tomorrow. And then we'll think of something to start. But for now, it's that time where I must bid you all adieu. Goodbye. Goodbye. And good night.